right, guys, time to go over those January dividends for 2020.
All right, guys, for the new viewers of this channel, we did get quite a bit, so we're definitely welcome to the channel. On the beginning of each month, I go over the previous month's passive income. So that's dividends, savings accounts, YouTube income, and so on. And then my main goal is to get to $200 per month in dividends. Okay, and we'll see how we are. Last month, the total dividends and passive income was $291.29. Last year, I had literally zero. So that's a pretty good gain. It's almost an infinite gain. Actually, it is an infinite gain. Now, why did I get zero last year? Last year, I had mostly quarterly paying dividend companies, but then I slowly moved to somewhat monthly paying. Not all of them are monthly paying. I still have a good amount in quarterly. But just to show how I increased this dividend income, I have SPHD, that's a monthly paying high dividend, low volatility fund. And then I made $22.17. It was a 20-cent gain from last month. And all I did is I reinvested the dividends that I got from the previous month. RYLD was actually double pay because I actually got paid in the very beginning of January and then the end of January. So it was $88.62. About half of it was essentially January 1st. So it should have been a December pay. That's why I didn't put a December pay there. Main Street Capital is $30.30. KBWI was $21.25. As you'll see later, I did buy additional shares of it. Last month, or the month before, it had $20.49, so it increased almost $1. Savings account actually went down this month because we had to pay for my wife's nursing school and books, so it's 85 cents there, nothing huge. I did get YouTube income. Thank you, everybody, for subbing and watching my channel. It was $128.04. Now, that was for a few months of YouTube income. So, in the general notes, as my wife started school, my goal is to invest $200 a month, every month, and then have $2,500 in no debt in the middle of January. That's the money that I actually had available to me. So we have a low amount of savings, but we have a large amount in a Roth IRA, which could be used as a savings account if needed. I also made a chart of my dividends for a year. You can see these big bumps, and hopefully this trend line just continues to go up and up like that. Not every month's going to be the same. Some months pay more than others, so we'll see how that goes. Especially the YouTube income could come sporadically, and those quarterlies pay every 3 months. Here's my account activity for the month. I bought $238 of 10 shares of MPLX, and I'm going to go over why and future plans for that particular fund. I got dividends at KBWI that got reinvested into more shares at KBWI. Again, buying additional shares each month will increase the share count over time. And in a way, it was a good thing that the market actually went down the last week or so. So I bought more shares. Typically, I have to buy KBWI at $30 to $31, and I was actually able to reinvest at $29.59. So there's good icing on the cake for a down market at times, especially when you're reinvesting. If you reinvest dividends that are low over long periods of time, you'll be gaining even more shares, and then hopefully eventually the actual accounts go up in value, and then you'll own a lot more shares. So it actually could be more beneficial for long-term dividend growers. SPHD, again, 22.17, reinvested half a share. I bought more KBWI, as I said earlier. Bought 2 shares then when it was near $30. I got my dividend of $47.97 from RYLD, and I've essentially bought more shares of KWI. I took the 47 plus another 15 and put it in there. My YouTube income, anytime I get YouTube income, I'm going to be putting it into VIG. That's the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF. These are all stocks that are mostly large cap value, and they have increased their dividend payments for the least last 10 years. So it easily puts it into this. All my YouTube income, again, will go into here. I'll pay the separate taxes at the tax rate as long as the amount is relatively low here. If I'm making thousands a month, which hopefully that happens, I'll have to pay quarterly taxes on it. But for now, we'll just pay taxes at the end of the year of it. So again, I wanted to leave my YouTube income as another form of passive income. So anytime I get money from YouTube, it's going to go into this fund that will be steadily increasing their dividends and then get more and more shares. Keep that ball rolling even bigger and bigger. Main Street Capital, $30 dividend. I contributed $130 because that's the paycheck I essentially got from YouTube. I bought a little bit extra there so I could buy my share of BIG. I got my reinvesting dividend in Main Street Capital. So you notice the trend, a lot of reinvesting, gaining more and more shares. This is a long-term approach here. Market goes up and down, but buying more and more shares over time should help. All right, the capital gain. So I bought more VNQ from that. So I took the $40 from RYLD. I contributed 51 more and bought one share of VNQ. It's a quarterly paying dividend stock. I bought an extra share of Main Street Capital. And that was a month. So overall, I did contribute quite a bit in the month. Let's look at the exact number. I didn't actually do this yet. So anytime I did contribution, 41, 51. That was, 51. 130. And I was buying when the market was starting to go down a bit. Okay, had another 11. And the last one was MLPX 238. So we contributed $471 this month, and this is actually after paying for my wife's school. So in terms of investing amounts, that was a good month. I don't know if we can necessarily do that each month. We'll see how it goes in that regard because I don't want our savings account to be too low. All right, the new account or new fund that I bought was MLPX. It pays a very high dividend. The dividend yield, dividend history, we'll go all years. I'm sorry, that's actually the ETF that I'm considering. I didn't actually buy this one. You can see these quarterly dividend payments. I actually bought MLPA. It's hard to get these names mixed up here. So I bought MLPA right here. This is a very high paying dividend company. Current dividend yields $9.53. Look at the dividend growth. Not very good in the dividend growth. However, there's quite a bit of dividend payments. Okay, so this is a master limited partnership. Essentially, that's money that goes into building pipelines for natural gas companies. Pays pretty high dividend again. I like the payout monthly or the month quarterly. So it pays quarterly, but it starts in February. So I started with a little over $200 position here in February. It's going to be February, May, August, and November. So I'm giving little boosts to those particular months. Considering buying a few more strong quarterly companies that pay at different months than the standard months where I get most of my quarterly income, which is March, June, September, and December. So it's something to consider there. I'm probably going to take most of the money from RYLD and place it in here. Now, this is a master limited partnership. That means I get a K1, which is a separate tax accounting as others. And I've been reading how Roth IRAs are not a good idea to put these in if you have a large amount of money in them because you could possibly have to pay additional income tax in it. So that's why I'm considering the ETF of it. This is the ETF. It's actually from the same company that makes RYLD. And again, they have pretty high dividends. So I'm considering just doing this one instead. It actually owns about 8% of the company that I mentioned before. So something to consider. I might take my RYLD covered call money, put it into this to get additional income for dividend paying stocks. So if any thoughts or questions on this, please let me know. And love to hear from your dividend videos. If you want to share a link in the comment below, I'll definitely check out your video and give some thoughts and advice as well if you need it. All right, have a good day, guys.